Right now, I want to welcome back to NRA News Cam and Company here on Sportsman Channel, Mr. Rob Southwick from Southwick Associates. Rob, how you doing, sir?
Doing good. How are you?
I am excellent, man. Really appreciate you coming on the program, and you do a fantastic job of gathering data, crunching the numbers, telling us what it all means. We know that gun sales are up. We know that pretty much sales of everything firearm-related is up, but you've been doing some research regarding the firearms and ammunition market, and I understand that you're seeing some data that we really haven't seen before.
That's right. As you mentioned, the sales have just been going through the roof the last few years, and that's raised a lot of questions about where are the sales occurring, how large are they, and we thought it's time to go ahead and put some light into those questions.
All right. So where are we seeing sales? Is this across the board? Are there areas of the country where gun sales are higher than others?
Well, some areas certainly higher than others. Areas where you have higher population, of course, people are buying more for target shooting and personal defense issues, but the sales have been going up uniformly across the country. It's a strong market no matter where you are in this trade.
Yeah, that's interesting. Even in places, and maybe even particularly places that have seen expansive new gun control laws. I saw, for instance, gun permits way up in Connecticut. Concealed carry licenses way up in Colorado. So, are you guys able to track that when there's more effort put into gun control legislation? Does that lead to an increase in local gun sales and ammo sales?
Oh, absolutely, and that's something that's just been very apparent just from the number of NICS checks in those areas. Gun sales go up. People are afraid they're not going to have the privilege or right to buy one in the future, and we want to exercise that right. We're going to buy now when we can and keep fighting for those rights.
So what else are you guys seeing as you take a look at this data?
Well, a couple questions we've had. We've known that the sales of the AR-style rifles, the modern sporting rifles, have really been going up, but we didn't know quite to what extent and which types are selling better than others. The market traditionally for rifles has been hunting for years and years, but in the last few years, the MSRs have been going up. We're seeing now that actually in the past year, the total dollars spent on rifles has been greater for the MSR type, the tactical AR rifles, whatever you want to call it. About $1.5 billion last year, and that's about 10% more than we're seeing for traditional rifle sales. And we're surprised. We knew the numbers would be big, but we still thought traditional rifles might still hold it just based on the typical dollar value per rifle.
That is interesting. And, again, taking this into the policy debate realm, we've been talking about this sort of communications guide for gun banners that's made its way out onto the internet. And one of the things that they talk about, obviously, is they want to try to ban modern sporting rifles. They want to try to ban semi-automatic firearms. Is that they talk about ways to refer to these types of guns as, these modern battlefield weapons of war, these high-powered, unusual guns. What you're saying, Rob, is that these are, in fact, are very common firearms in this country.
Well, very common, and as you all know very well, is the performance is very similar to any other type of traditional rifle. Now, one pull the trigger, one bullet. It's just a cosmetic feature, but it's popular in the style, and people that keep wanting to ban those guns, we really should quietly thank them for being our best sales folks. They're ones who are really encouraging growth in the trade. They're really encouraging people to get out there and try it who haven't tried it before. So I might call that a silver lining, if you will. I'd rather not have them around, but they are driving a lot of people to realize, hey, this is a fun product to have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting. Here's the actual talking point. They say, emphasize that, quote, extraordinarily dangerous military-style weapons are now within easy reach across America.
That's silly. I mean, the traditional rifles that we use, the standard hunting rifle, was based on original military designs in years past. That goes back to the original muskets, too.
Absolutely. I mean, again, it's fascinating. The more data that we look at, the more out of touch, quite frankly, the gun banners are.
I agree.
Well, listen, Rob, any other interesting figures or data points that our audience should know about? What about ammo availability? Have you guys been able to take a look at where we're buying ammo? Again,
yes.
everywhere?
Yes. There are some big differences. Where people buy firearms is not necessarily where they're buying ammunition. For example, we still see for most types of firearms, mom and pop, the independent retailer, still the place to go to buy a firearm. And they have the expertise, they have the people on staff that really can help you pick the right product. When it comes to ammunition, we see that people tend to go to the Mart Brothers. they tend to go to Cabela's and Bass Pro, more of the chain type operations. They're buying more on price at that point. So we're seeing that the customer doesn't typically go to one store and one store only. They tend to go to different types of retailers for different types of products. And all that's laid out here in the reports.
All right, where can folks see these reports, Rob?
Well, we sell these reports, the market size reports, make a living on that. They can contact us at Southwick Associates. We do provide a lot of top line information free to people who help take the surveys. We depend on people who go to our shootersurvey.com or huntersurvey.com and let us know what's going on out there, because this information also, the top line information, we provide free to those groups out there who are trying to fight for our rights to maintain firearm ownership. If they're interested in the detailed reports, if you're a company, Southwick Associates is the place to call. If you're interested in helping to protect the future of our industry, visit huntersurvey.com, and we sure appreciate it.
Absolutely. One last question for you, Rob, before we let you go. As we talk about the future of this industry, are you starting to get a handle on what might be the new normal, so to speak? What perhaps our new baseline figures are going to be? Because we now have so many new gun owners who aren't just gun owners, but they're going to the range and they're shooting and they're getting their concealed carry license. Do we know what the new normal is going to look like yet?
No, we don't. That's the million-dollar question. The sales have been increasing year after year, as you know, and we didn't think it would go on this long. It's just shown that there's a big cultural shift towards an interest in participation in recreational shooting. People are getting into it, never got into it before. So whether they continue to participate is up to us. If we keep providing good places to shoot, fun activities, ways to participate, if we can do that, I think we're going to see a high level of sales continue, maybe not as high as in the last year. There's always, at the peak, a little drop-off at the end. But we're definitely going to remain over the levels we were, say, 4 years ago, without a doubt.
All right. Hey, listen, Rob, I appreciate your time, sir. Thanks very much, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Rob Southwick joins from Southwick Associates.